The Prime Minister made a major mistake, and the Prime Minister should never find himself in that position.
Dr. Mitchell shared his perspective on GBN's To The Point program this morning. In the wake of a challenge from the opposition leader late last year, Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell released as promised receipts showing separate sums of US $50,000 and US $90,000 were wired to the bank account of the New National Party's South St. George constituency office weeks before the June 23rd general elections by a Polish national who also paid US $150,000 to the government of Grenada in exchange for a diplomatic appointment and diplomatic passport.
And we know that the cabinet conclusion that he quoted, he stated did not exist. So it is clear that his statement was false and extremely unfortunate. So he was asked to provide the cabinet conclusion. No, up to now he's done. And then it came with some diversionary tactics, providing receipts about how some money, $140,000, entered some account in the South constituency. Well, I'm not the member of the South constituency, and of course, I am not on top of any account in the South that no one does for every single constituency.
Dr. Mitchell says it's not unusual for political parties to receive financial donations during an election period.
If someone gave a donation to a constituent during an election period, the parties, the NNP party, the NDC party, receive millions of dollars of donation from different sources in and outside of the country. So what is a $140,000 donation? But the fact is that money was not meant for the cabinet, for the government of the country. And therefore the Prime Minister should do the most honorable thing. He should have apologized, but that's his problem. I say over and over, I have done it already. I've made mistakes. And I go publicly and apologize.
The opposition leader has also taken issue that Prime Minister Mitchell has not apologized for what he describes as a mistake made when he alluded to there being a cabinet conclusion outlining that the figure due to the Treasury was US $290,000.
When you're wrong, you're wrong. And since you are not God, it's expected that you would make mistakes and be humble enough to do so.
All right.
It's obvious the Prime Minister may not be humble enough. And I think maybe he has a problem with admitting a mistake. And I think this is going to haunt him, because you cannot and you must not make that kind of allegation against former members, against anybody, not forget about former members, against anybody. And when proven that you are wrong, you refuse to apologize. That is a fundamental problem.
Prime Minister Mitchell had announced that the Financial Investigations Unit, the Integrity Commission, and the Royal Grenada Police Force have all been roped into the investigations surrounding the sale of a diplomatic passport. To date, no updates have been presented to the public. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.